What is the airdrop of Gaganyaan, after which India will send people to space, then bring back? Gaganyaan mission is India's first manned space mission, which is being run by ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. In this, the goal is to send Indian astronauts, Vyomanauts, to Earth's orbit and bring them back safely. India's first manned space mission Gaganyaan is now closer to reality. The recent airdrop test is a major milestone of this mission. But what is this airdrop test? Why is this so important? And how will it put India in the list of select countries that have sent humans to space and brought them back safely? ISRO on 24 August successfully test-fired Gaganyaan airdrop called the Integrated Airdrop Test near the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. The Indian Air Force's Chinook helicopter dropped it in the Bay of Bengal after flying from an altitude of about 3.5 to 4 km in the air, where it landed safely in the sea with the help of a parachute system, so that when India sent its vehicle to space, a soft landing in the sea was possible, after which the way was opened for India to send its people to space, keep them there and then bring them back to Earth in the same vehicle. It consisted of 2 drag parachutes and 3 main parachutes. These parachutes ensure a safe landing at sea by reducing the speed of the module. The test was carried out by the joint efforts of ISRO, Indian Air Force, DRDO, Indian Navy, and Coast Guard. This was called the Integrated Airdrop Test, IADT. Friends, today's video is going to be very interesting and informative. That's why you will definitely share this video as much as possible and reach many people. So, more and more people will know about it. Apart from this, you are also requested to watch the video from the beginning to the end, because in this you will get all the details that no one has told you so far. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Imagine, a capsule dropped from an altitude of 8,000 meters and slowly descended into the sea with just a few parachutes. This is the wonder of ISRO. But why? That's what we'll know now. The Gaganyaan mission is India's first manned space mission, being developed by the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. The objective of this mission is to send 3 astronauts to the low Earth orbit at an altitude of 400 kilometers for 3 days and bring them safely back to Earth. The airdrop test is an important part of the Gaganyaan mission, in which the process of safe return and landing of the crew module, in which the astronauts will travel, is tested. In this test, the crew module is taken to a certain altitude, about 3.5 to cm. The missile was dropped via helicopter from a distance of 4 kilometers to assess the functionality of the parachute system and the safety of the module. This test is specifically done to ensure soft landing, splashdown, of the crew module at sea, which is important during return from space. What is an airdrop test? In this, the crew module of Gaganyaan, where the astronauts will sit, is dropped from the aircraft by taking it to a height. The purpose of the test is to check whether the capsule can slow down properly with the help of a parachute and land in safe water. This process is a simulation of what it will be like during the return to the real mission. Why is it necessary? When the spacecraft returns to the Earth's atmosphere, its speed is very high. After re-entry, the vehicle has to be launched in the sea, so the parachute system should be very reliable. This test ensures that the crew module will be safe in any situation. What will happen next? After the airdrop and other safety tests are successful, the Gaganyaan mission will be sent to unmanned mission. Then the manned mission, in which Indian astronauts will spend 3 days in a low Earth orbit of about 400 km. On its return, the capsule will land in the sea, from where it will be recovered. The Gaganyaan crew module consists of a series of 10 parachutes to ensure a safe landing at sea by reducing the speed of the spacecraft during its return to Earth. The test also tested the working of these parachutes and the module system. The airdrop test is related to the safe return of the crew module and soft landing in the sea, which looks at the functionality of the parachute system while returning to Earth from space. What will be the process of Gaganyaan going into space, stopping there and then returning? Will any rocket take Gaganyaan to space? Gaganyaan itself will not go into space. Gaganyaan will have 2 main parts, a crew module and a service module. Crew module. This is the part in which 3 astronauts will live. It is fully pressurized and environmentally controlled so that the astronauts get the oxygen, temperature and other facilities they need to survive. Service module. It supports crew modules, including propulsion systems, power supplies, and other technical equipment. ISRO's GSLV Mk3 rocket will be used to carry Gaganyaan to space. It is India's most powerful launch vehicle, which can carry heavier payloads into Earth's orbit. It will be launched from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. Gaganyaan, crew module plus service module, will be attached to the top of the rocket. At the time of launch, the GSLV Mk3 rocket will take Gaganyaan to a low Earth orbit, about 400 kilometers altitude. Once in orbit, the rocket will be operational and Gaganyaan will orbit independently. Will the GSLV Mk3 rocket return to Earth? No, GSLV Mk3 is not a returning rocket. It is an expandable launch vehicle, which means that it becomes unusable once it is used. All its parts are destroyed after use or fall into the sea. Solid boosters break apart a few minutes after launch and fall into the sea, usually in the Bay of Bengal. After it is done, it falls into the sea. The cryogenic stage remains in space or burns up in the atmosphere after the payload is delivered into orbit. The average cost of manufacturing and launching a GSLV Mk3 rocket is said to be around 400 crore rupees, approx 54 to 62 million US dollar. What will Gaganyaan do in space then? It will orbit the Earth for about 3 days, where the astronauts will remain inside the crew module, where their life support systems, oxygen, food, temperature control and waste management will be available. The service module's propulsion system will be used to bring Gaganyaan back towards Earth, which will eject the crew module from orbit. The crew module will separate from the service module and enter the Earth's atmosphere. A heat shield will be used to protect the crew module from excessive heat during its entry into the atmosphere. As the module moves closer to the Earth, the parachute system will be activated to reduce its speed. Gaganyaan has a series of 10 parachutes, which will slow down the module and ensure a soft landing in the sea. The crew module of Gaganyaan will land in the sea, perhaps in the Arabian Sea or the Bay of Bengal. The Indian Navy and Coast Guard will be ready to evacuate the astronauts and the module safely. What is the crew escape system in it? Gaganyaan has an emergency rescue system, which can safely evacuate the astronauts in the event of any failure during launch. Will humans now be sent to space directly from Gaganyaan? No. Earlier, 2 unmanned test flights and 1 robotic test flight from the Gaganyaan mission are planned. The test flights will take place this year. When will this mission go to space with humans? ISRO has scheduled the first manned flight to Gaganyaan by the end of 2026, before which all tests will be completed. The Gaganyaan mission is not just a rocket launch, it will be the first flight of many new technologies. Life support system, so that the astronaut gets oxygen, temperature and pressure. Heat shield, the temperature at the time of re-entry can be up to 2000 degrees Celsius. Emergency escape system, if there is a problem during launch, the crew module will be disassembled immediately. Parachute system, to reduce the speed on return. Water landing, because the module will land in the sea. Gaganyaan won't happen in a day. Many tests are being done for this. Abort test, TVD-1. How will astronauts survive if the launch fails? This test has been done. Airdrop test, the parachute system was checked by dropping the capsule from an altitude of 8,000 meters. Unmanned missions, G1 and G2. There will be no humans, but everything will be like a real mission. Final human spaceflight, it will carry 2 to 3 Indian astronauts. Who will be India's first Vyomanauts? They have been selected from the Indian Air Force. 4 pilots have been selected and their training has been done in Russia. Of these, 2 or 3 will go on the Gaganyaan mission. Why is Gaganyaan such a big step? It will make India a space superpower. In the future, the way to build a space station will open. Deep space mission preparing to send humans to the Moon and Mars. Self-reliance in space technology. But it's not easy. Every system must be 100% fail-proof. the risk is highest in spaceflight. That's why ISRO is testing every detail. In the real mission, when the crew module returns from space, it will enter the Earth's atmosphere at a speed of 25,000 km per hour. After this, the heat shield will protect him from burning, and then he will have to slowly descend into the sea. During this time, only parachutes and flotation systems will be relied upon. The airdrop test was done to check this. The Indian Air Force's C-17 Globemaster aircraft carried the crew module to an altitude of 8,000 meters. From there, the module was dropped. First the small parachutes opened, then the large main parachutes. Finally, the module slowly descended into the water. After this, the team of ISRO and Navy recovered it. Its purpose, to check the reliability of the parachute system, test the flotation system of the capsule, practice the recovery operation. The airdrop test is just the beginning. Next will be Test Vehicle Abort Mission 1, TVD-1, how to turn out the crew module in an emergency during launch. This test has been done. TVD-2 and D3 even more safety checks. Unmanned missions, G1 and G2, there will be no MUN, only the entire flight profile will be checked with a dummy load. Human spaceflight, H1, 2 to 3 Indian astronauts will go. If all goes well, the Gaganyaan mission will take off in 2025. But it's not easy. Only 100% safety is acceptable in human missions. Even the smallest parachute failure can lead to a big accident. Every system needs a backup. That's why so many tests are being done. Gaganyaan is not just a mission, it is the flight of India's space dream. The airdrop test has proved that we are in the right direction. Do you think India should build a space station after Gaganyaan or send humans to the moon? Tell us in the comments, and if you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.